Good evening, everybody. Today I'm going to be reviewing all the trades I took on April 29th. Most traders lose money in the first 30 minutes, so I just didn't trade it. Instead, I waited the first 3 hours and I still made $8,600 in 3 minutes. I traded using a simple support and resistance strategy on the NASDAQ futures, and in this video, I'm just going to be explaining exactly how I did it step by step, showing you my real-time analysis, my thoughts, and proof that I did it as well in real time on Discord, shared with almost 2,000 people. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So I skipped the first 3 hours. So first things first, we know we have some. This is the 10-minute chart, 15-minute chart, 1-minute chart. So 1, 10, 15. Okay. So this is yesterday and this is today. So based on yesterday, we know we're kind of bouncing in the same range. So we do expect to have some resistance in this area around 600. We expect to have some support basically at this 400 area down here, and then a little bit more stronger support near this 250 level. So you see it bounces near 260, it bounced again near 260, 270. So if it comes down to 270 today, I'm expecting it to bounce. And then at 400, because it bounced here and it bounced here as well, so I'm expecting to bounce here as well. And then you see how it rejected here, and then it rejected at the open and rejected here again. So I'm kind of expecting a bounce, a rejection somewhere up here, and expecting a bounce somewhere up here, and just expecting up and down until then. And at this point here, my thoughts are, I still didn't take a trade yet. You'll see my trades on the chart. At this point, I'm thinking, okay, I am possibly looking for a trade somewhere in this area down there. At this, maybe at this 470, this 460. Nothing too crazy. And I'm not going to buy all the way down here. I'm just expecting, some sort of bounce in this area to take it long. I don't want to take it long here yet because this seems like it's rejecting, previous support. So you can see this was support. It's kind of rejecting it in this area. So I'm not really too interested to take it yet, but let's go ahead and replay the market and see what happens. So I basically long at the opening range. So right as it goes down to the opening range and it starts wicking up, I take a long, and I put my long stop loss at 465. So we just go like this. Let's do this out one real quick. This is red. So my stop loss is right under this wick right here, right under the opening range high. So under this big wick, my stop loss is literally right under, and then my target is right at these previous wicks where we saw major rejection. So you know how we rejected here, 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 and then we ended up falling. We know there's sellers in this area, so this is exactly where I'm trying to get out at. And if you look at the bigger time frame, every single time we have touched the 10-minute opening range high, we've bounced. So look, we have bounced here, we have bounced here, we bounced a little bit earlier. What do we think is going to happen here again? If it doesn't bounce at the opening range high, I take a loss, market moves lower, I move on, whatever, I'll find another trade. But if it does bounce, I pretty much have a really good risk reward setup, and the trade worked really quickly and I win. If we also look at the 15-minute, every single time it touches 480 area, it's bounced. So it's bounced here, here, here. Wicked off this IB mid and this wick as well. So we know this area has really strong support. If we look at the 1 minute, bounce, 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 bounce. This was prior resistance became support. So, and it's the opening range high, so it's a little bit extra confluence. So my stop is right under, and my target is around 520 right here. And let's go ahead and see what happens. So the trade is consolidating. Nothing really too crazy. I'm just letting the trade run. And my target is somewhere in this area. And boom, it goes to 520, 519, whatever. And I take my profits in this area. And you can see here, forming another long down here, a 500 to 510, whatever. Possible long if it dips and holds the opening range high, which is the opening range high. I take a long at 480 with half size with a 465 stop. It's a bit risky because it was flushing a bit down, but it was worth a shot. And I'm targeting 520. So before it even goes there, I make a circle around where I'm targeting this resistance area right here, and I flatten at 520 where there was a few rejections. So let's see what happens. So I basically sell up in this area where there was prior sellers, and surprise, surprise, it comes a little bit back down. The trade eventually goes back up, but we did get out at a good area. I should have bought there again, but things happen. Okay, so market's breaking out. Whatever, I am looking for the next trade opportunity. So the next trade opportunity I'm looking at is oops, sorry. Next trade opportunities I'm looking at to short somewhere between 600 to 620, or if we go all the way back but I miss it, I am looking to take a long somewhere at 530 to possibly 550. This is where I am looking to take a long. Because now I know we are in balance mode. Balance means, there's buyers at the lows, sellers at the highs. We are balanced, right? This is where the market is finding equilibrium. So I am looking to buy somewhere down here. I'm looking to sell somewhere up here. I have no business really getting involved in the middle. As long as it's at the extremes, this is where I'm looking to get involved. You see here on the 10-minute, this is basically where we bounce and where we come down. Every time we go down here, we bounce. Every time we come up here, we come back down. Why make it any harder? The market's telling you exactly what to do. All we need to do is just listen. So let's speed this up. I don't take a trade for a bit. Remember, I'm only looking to take a trade at the extreme, so somewhere up here or somewhere down here. I'm not really looking to trade anywhere else. The reason why I don't short up here is just because the market is too strong. You see super strong rally, pretty much only green candles, no signs of rejection. So if you notice, the one time we dropped before, we were lots of wicks to the upper side. It's showing signs of rejections, right? Once again, lots of weaker candles showing signs of rejections. But up here, it's literally only green candles. It's a lot stronger. It's a lot harder to short. And we ended up breaking out like crazy. And turns out we had the bottom actually. So at this point right here, I see that we are forming some type of support at the previous day high and the overnight high. And remember, we had this super strong resistance up here. So now automatically my brain is thinking support becomes resistance, resistance becomes support. I am looking to buy in this blue box. So if the market comes back down here, somewhere like, just imagine some arrow down, right? I am trying to, buy somewhere in this purple box to take it back higher. So I'm gonna draw a little box here just so we could get ready. We'll draw something like this, right? This is just where it bounces. So if it comes back down to this green box and it's not selling off too aggressively, I really didn't want to miss this long, but it was too quick and I missed it. I was texting somebody. But at this point right here, I'm thinking, okay, I'm very interested in taking this long, in this area. But I'm not really in a rush. I want to get a good deal on it. And I see the market just keeps on spiking up and down. So I noticed there's something weird going on. I believe I do take a long really soon. So I'm getting ready to take a long. You can see how the market's trying to hold this area, right? It keeps bouncing every time green box. At this point, I'm not even thinking, right? My brain is shut off. My brain sees green box, goes up, green box, which means Yassine has to buy. Right? I'm not really thinking too deep into it. So green box, we swept the lows, I added, and now my stop is right at 620 at the previous day high. And I'm looking to target somewhere up here where we basically sold off last time. So, every time we go up here, right? Every time we go in this area, we'll do a little red box. So we go like this. Every time we go to this red box area, we sell, right? Sold, 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 sold. Every time, and then we could literally expand it even more, right? So every time we go in this red box, think about it as an invisible wall. Every time we go in this red box, we sell. Every time we go to this green box, we buy. So I am looking to buy at this green area and sell up here. Very simple. And then my stop is at the previous day high. Unfortunately, it sweeps. Liquidity sweeps us. It comes, steals our stop, and it wicks right back up. So at this point, I'm thinking, all right, my trade is still valid. As long as it holds this 620 area and it holds this green box, my trade still looks okay. We're not flushing down. We're not under 600. I'm thinking, okay, I want to try this one more time, which I buy again there. But under 600, I am not interested to try again. So, some people are saying, oh no, there's a lot of sellers up here. There's lots of trap buyers up here, whatever. That is true. But they're also forgetting that there's lots of buyers in this area and there is trapped sellers in this area. If you want to think about it, trap buyers, trap sellers, whatever. And we're a pretty bullish market structure and we have support. We have resistance turn support. So remember, this used to be resistance. Now it's support, right? So now I'm really interested in buying this area since it's the overnight high, previous day high, support becoming resistance becoming support, and we kept bouncing up here. So now I'm really trying to buy this area, and my stop is now a little bit right under, just a tiny bit under this wick. So if we go on Discord, I see long 635, 620 stop, and I show the 5 minute demand zone, basically the same green one you hear, stopped. Then along 627s again, I think it was 628 actually, with a 610 stop. And I say unlucky, I got wicked out the first time, trying again as long as it's holding the 620 area. So as long as it's holding the 620 area, I have no reason to really be panicking or anything. And just kind of let the market do its thing. You know, as long as it holds this lower wick area, I should be good. Market goes right to my TP, where it keeps rejecting here. And then this is the MOC candle at 1250 exactly. So this is why I got out right before the pop, because it could have been a pop down or a pop up. It's usually 50-50. So, you know, a few seconds before I basically got out. And I got out right as it used to sell. So if we, you know, like this is basically like a resistance area in this little box, right? And that was basically it. You know, I unfortunate that I got stopped out there, but when I saw that it wicked up and it held the same area, I tried again with a stop just a tiny bit under this area, and then my TP was at 665 that I called out beforehand. So if you see targets 665, 670, 665, I basically just got all out right before MOC. I said as long as it's holding the green box, I should be okay. Remember, this is all before price is even moving. So if you see here, this is basically when price is like down here, right? Will not predict price. I'll rather react. Every time we go to green box, we go up. So every time we go to green box, we go up. Every time we go to green box, we go up. Every time we go to green box, what do? We go up. So I bought it, right? I bought it with a stop under here, and I let the market do its thing, and the market broke out, and we made money. Flat $65 MOC, like I said, rather not predict price, but instead react to it. As long as the area is holding, I react to it. Most people lose because they think too much. They have analysis paralysis. If you, all you need to do is simply react. You see an area where there's sellers, you sell. You see an area where there's buyers, you buy. There's no need to make it complicated. It could be a lot simpler. Trust me, guys, it could be a lot simpler. There's no need for fancy tools. There's no need for, there's no secret indicator. There's no secret algorithm. As long as you really do make it simple and win bigger than you lose, you will become profitable over time. So I lost a little bit. Look, compare. We don't even need to get into numbers. You see how small I lost on this trade? And then on the same idea, look how much I won. The same exact idea. Compare the winners to the losers. The winners are usually more than double, if not triple, if not quadruple. So as long as you can win double, triple, quadruple, even if you have a 30-40% win rate, you'll still make money. And then and we made 38 points on that, which is 5, 6, 7 grand, whatever it was. And yeah, that was basically the recap for the day. Very simple day. Could I have been aggressive? Sure. I could have kept buying, selling, shorting, buying, shorting, whatever. Could have been a lot more aggressive. I just waited for the right time. When I saw it that it was consolidating towards the lower end of the zone, I bought it, stopped under the wick, broke out, we made money, right? Same thing here. Instead of, I could have bought here, right? It kept chopping. I could have bought here, right? You know, I could have bought here, right? I could have bought whatever here, but I waited until it was towards the lower end, towards the extreme price, right? You want to buy when it's cheap, sell when it's expensive. No mediocre trades, no little scalps. You want to trade at the best possible prices. I bought when it was basically at the extreme low, basically where it bounced here. I bought again, sold where, you know, basically sold where it was expensive, right? Where we sold off, and it did sell off, and it ended up running more. And then I bought again when it's cheap down here, and I sold a little bit where it's more expensive, which I do believe ended up coming back down. Let's see. Yeah, it ended up coming back down. So, which does prove that this area was still strong. Could I have shorted this area again and write it back down? Sure, I can. But the market was already closed, so there's no need to. And you could see here how strong this area was. But yeah, that was it for today. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys are able to simplify your trading. You know, most gurus or furus or whatever you want to call them try to make trading really hard, try to make it complicated. But in reality, if you learn from someone who really knows what they're doing and has been doing it for a long time, especially making a good amount of money for a long time, you really start to see and understand that trading's a lot simpler than it seems. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying it's simple. If you can break down the simple concepts of support and resistance, it's not really that complicated. You don't need complex mathematics. I mean, sure, do people make money using complex mathematics and trading? Of course, all the time. Do you need it to make money? No. Look at me. You don't need complex mathematics. You don't need complex strategies. As long as you're patient and you're not over trading and you're not trading with size that will kill your account over time, you will make money. You have to trade. If your account's $4,000, you can't take a trade risking half the account balance, because then two losses and you're out and you can't hit anymore, right? If I won on this trade and then I lost everything on this one, I won't have a chance to take this one and make more money than I lost on this one. Do you understand? So just try to simplify your trading, consistent risk management, and I believe most of you guys should make it out fine. Thank you guys for watching. I will make more of these videos because I get really positive feedback on them, and I do hope they help. Drop any comments you guys have, any feedback. I truly do appreciate it. I look at all the comments, and I really do love sharing and helping these videos. So thanks again for watching, and I hope you guys do enjoy your evening, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for more live trading. Have a good evening, everybody. Take care.